Here we go. You are live. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today with me, as you can see over here, we've got the big man in the house. We've got Matt. So Matt is somebody that I've sort of met through Instagram for, I think we've been following each other for probably a year or so now, like
Yeah.
sort of in the background kind of thing. And Matt sort of has recently got into YouTubing as well, and obviously created a YouTube channel. And I wanted to get Matt on the channel because he's a very sort of similar person to me, in that he's a big old guy and he's also a fantastic runner. So, Matt, did you want to quickly introduce yourself to the people that are watching today?
Well, like you've just said it all. My name's Matt. We've been following each other for a bit. I come off
Yeah,
Instagram last year because I
yeah.
just stopped training, and then I come back on. So I've been following you since about 2018 or something.
Yeah, it's been a while.
2019.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and then just been like you, just training, putting it in,
Yeah,
training for the sub-3 marathon. That's me.
yes.
That's my main goal. That was what I thought it would be so easy to do. I
Yeah.
thought, you know what? When I first time I thought that's going to be easy, and then you soon realise, no, 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 no. There's a lot of work to be put in.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So,
So I know when you came off of Instagram, uh I'm not trying to be offensive or anything. Do you put a bit of weight on and you've lost it all again, haven't you?
yeah,
Is that right?
yeah, mate. I like, I was, last March. I was training.
Yeah.
I ran all my PBs November 2019 in December. I
Yeah.
got really quick, and
You
then
smashed it. Yeah,
I
definitely.
was on a roll, mate. And
Yeah.
I was going for Manchester 2020, and then I would say, like, with the COVID thing and cancelling it, I just lost motivation. But I think it was like I was just burning myself out. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
taking my easy days far too hard,
Yeah.
convincing myself I was running easy. I wasn't running easy. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that had a backwards effect on my fitness because I started just, it felt like I was going backwards near the time. I ran a
Yeah.
10K on the 1st of March in 2020, and I had to convince myself about 10 times to just get it done. And there was part of me head was saying, just get in the car and go home. It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
I just lost all my motivation, my drive had gone, and I ended up putting like 4 stone on in 2020.
Yeah.
Like it got bad with, like, just I can eat, like, I'm either
Yeah.
I'm either up here or I'm down here with my
Yeah.
training. And when I'm on, I'm on. And then I was with me, I don't know, I just thought I'd give myself a break, and that was the worst thing I could do, just give myself permission to have a layoff.
Yeah, do you know
Put
what?
a load away.
I think that's another reason why I wanted to talk to you is that, well, I think we actually have quite a lot in common. I think we're, apart from the fact obviously we both love weight training, both love running, but I'm the same as you. I'm either 100,000% in or minus 100%. Do you know what I mean? I'm either like give it
I'm
my
all in
all.
or I'm all out.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
never I've never been the type to just be able to go for a run for like
Yeah,
3 times a week or once a week.
yeah,
I'm like every day or I'm running every day now, but I had to like rein that in at the start because when I
yeah,
started training again, I would have just caused myself an injury because I was too big. I got to like did my first run in November
yeah,
after not running for 8 months, and couldn't believe it. I was like 30 minutes and the 5K, and I was literally, I didn't think I was trying my hardest. And then, like, when I got to 2.5 kilometers and I turned round, when you're doing out and back,
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought, come on, I've got to go under 30 minutes here, and I couldn't do it.
yeah.
Oh
I
my
guess
God.
that must have been really demoralising from obviously where you had achieved all that before, got
Yeah,
all that, smashed all them PBs and was running like insane times, and then obviously going back to that, it must have sort of obviously knocked your confidence a little bit.
it wasn't good, but I promised my missus I wouldn't get too obsessed about it. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
I'm going to just do it for fitness and do it for a few days a week. And then your ego gets off the couch with you, don't it? When you
yeah,
start training?
yeah,
And all of a sudden
definitely.
you start seeing some improvements, and then I'm like, no, 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 I'm gonna, yeah, this is my goal. Blah, blah. And then you start setting mad goals in your head then. And
Yeah,
then I'm like,
definitely.
and that was it. It was just about losing weight and trying to get some fitness back. And then,
Yeah,
I can't believe I've clawed it back. That's all. I'm
yeah,
just so
you've been
just
absolutely
gonna carry
smashing it.
on.
So I'm just gonna
Yeah,
have a quick little bring up a few of the people here. So we've got Cheeks that says, "What a beast of a man you are, Sam, and yet nimble slash fast." Well, I mean that is exactly the same as Matt. He is an absolute tank. and he also absolutely smashes his time. We'll talk about that in a little bit more. Just going to obviously, like I say, just go through some of the comments. We've got Charlotte B saying, hey, Charlotte. And obviously, this is who we was just talking about before we went live. In a good way, Stephen. It's running with Stephen. Got some questions there, but I'll come back to them in a bit. Bikes and Laces says, hey. And we've got that running guy that says, evening, Sam and Matt. Hey, Chris. So, before we get into the main bulk of it too much, a couple of things that I want to say. First of all, this is the first time I've been speaking to any of you guys since we've hit 1,000 subscribers. So we've finally gone over that 1,000 subscriber mark. So thank you very much, everyone along the way that's been watching the videos, subscribing, liking and commenting, all that sort of stuff. It's really appreciated. But also, if you can do the same thing for Matt over here. So I've put a link in the description to Matt's YouTube channel. It's really good. He does sort of vlogs on his journey and stuff like that. And I enjoy watching his videos. So if you could go over to Matt's channel, subscribe. I think I've also put a link to his Instagram. Same sort of thing on there. He posts about his fitness and all that kind of stuff. So don't do it now because obviously you want to watch us to have a chat. But once it's done, go in and give Matt a follow. So Matt, I want to sort of kind of start from the beginning, really. So as you know from watching this channel, the angle of this channel is kind of, everyone knows I'm a mad shoeaholic. I love running shoes and all that kind of stuff. But the angle of the shoe mainly is like from being able to run quite fast, but also be, a bigger guy, a strong guy. And that's, like I said, why I wanted to get you on the channel, because you are very much like that yourself. But I wanted to talk about sort of how you got into fitness. So where did you sort of start with your fitness? Obviously, you're a big lad. So like, when did you get into weight training or any of that sort of stuff?
Started lifting weights when I was about 18.
Yeah.
And then I got really involved in not like wanting like I wanted to do like strongman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was all like heavy lifting, power lifting. Like I wanted to do a big bench press, big shoulder press, things like that. And then it got to when it sort of died down after I had kids. I just couldn't find time to do it. And then my joints started aching as well.
Yeah.
Like my arms. I was my own coach, so I was literally just, and I wasn't going to a gym either. I'd make my homemade gym, an Olympic weight bench, an Olympic weight bar. So I was just winging it myself, looking at YouTube videos, finding tips out. Used to watch Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff, just for ideas.
So you never went into a gym, or you mainly didn't go in a gym?
I think I joined the gym and managed to stay in the gym for about 6 months, and that was
really?
it. Most of my weightlifting has been at home.
That's really interesting. So you obviously managed to achieve a really good level of sort of strength just from training at home then.
Yeah, when I was younger, my best bench press was about 200 kilograms.
Yeah, that's mental, man. We was a little bit different in that. Like, obviously, you was going more for powerlifting. I was more sort of like aesthetics, more sort of as you may have seen from the video, going for sort of not like light stuff, but not like really heavy stuff. I think sort of my maximum deadlift was like 210 kilos, and my maximum, I don't know what my chest press was. I never really went for max on that, but my maximum squat was, I think, 190 or something like that. So fairly strong, but obviously never really going for strength. But so when did you go from sort of obviously being mad in love with the gym to sort of going, I fancy going for a run, fancy getting into running? Like, sort of what mindset sort of got you into that?
I stopped training. I became really overweight, so I got to like 19 stone, just over 19 stone I was. And you're the last person to notice it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
definitely.
You only notice it when you see a picture or a video or somebody comments that doesn't know you.
Yeah.
I think I was on holiday.
Yeah.
And my missus was saying, "Have you seen my boyfriend, whatever that?" And she goes, "Oh, the big bald guy over there," or something. And I remember thinking, when she told me, I was laughing. I remember thinking, "Wow, what?" Like, and then I looked at a video back or a picture. I was changing me. I was bathing my little girl. We just had a little baby, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh," so I thought I need to go and lose weight, and the only thing I could think of doing was do some cardio, go on a run, go on a diet, and go on a run. And then it started from there. Really, it's just a bit of running. I signed up to the Manchester Half Marathon in 2018.
Yeah,
in May, and I thought I'll do that. I'll train for that. So I started in the January and then just
Yeah.
threw myself into it. And like what we were saying, go all in, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after a bit, after like what, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, when you can sort of complete a run without stopping,
Yeah.
and it sort of gets you done it. And then I was
Yeah.
like, it's not that hard now.
Yeah.
Whereas at first, I remember doing my first one, and I was like, I'll count how many times I stopped so I can remember and see how many times I stopped tomorrow. I lost count. I wasn't even
Yeah.
halfway through. I was like, how do people do this?
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
that's
it
it.
started like that. I started for losing weight.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a bug, isn't it? It's one of them things where when you first start doing it, you don't really necessarily enjoy it. You know, you're kind of thinking like, "Well, why am I doing this?" But you sort of see the purpose of it. Maybe it's to lose weight or to get fitter, or like me, I started running a bit more when I was boxing because I had a fight coming up, and I didn't want to lose my fight because I thought didn't have the fitness there. So I went out running and sort of
Yeah,
fell
do
in
some
love with it
training.
that way. Yeah, sort of fell in love with it that way after I had my fight. I kind of thought actually I quite enjoyed that running. That was actually quite fun, and then I just sort of like built up from it. But you know,
Yeah,
that's another thing there that's like really, really sort of similar between us is our sort of weight journeys as well. It really does show that we're both sort of all or nothing. I had the same sort of thing, so you know, obviously, I don't know if you saw the transformation video that I did, but I've had
yeah,
a sort of journey there, kind of to you, in that I didn't even realise that I'd put on so much weight. You know, I was going through a bit of a crappy time, split up with sort of the mother of my child. So the my partner now, we've got 3 kids between us, but the two they're her children sort of thing, and then Millie's my child with the ex kind of thing. And that sort of like mentally affected me, you know, but you don't realise it, do you? You know, you don't realise that. And then I sort of was looking through some pictures, and I thought, Jesus, look at the state of me.
honestly,
Like
honestly.
I don't even remember looking like that. Like when did I turn into Jabba the Hutt? I think I was about like
Yeah,
17 stone, you know, like, and I was just
I know.
thinking, like normally I would have weighed like 14 stone or something like that, and I was weighing like 17 stone. My back was hurting me all the time, where I was just feeling so fat that everything was hurting. And like you, I just thought like, no, I've had enough of this. Like I didn't train all those years to get to that level I was at the gym, like aesthetically, to like turn into blobby. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like I'm not.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
people hold you in like a certain regard as well. So when they see you, they go, "Whoa,
yeah,
it's a."
definitely. Yeah.
But
Like
like,
what happened to you? You used to be
yeah.
bulk.
And I
Yeah.
used to get bad indigestion at night, like so bad. It's probably because I was eating a lot. But like
Yeah.
now, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I was really bad on like when I was letting myself go. I would go shopping and I would just eat. I would get a pack of Magnums and I'd eat them before I even came home.
Yeah.
Like, and I would throw the wrappers away, and then
Yeah.
I would come home like I'd not had out to eat, like, and then I'd
Yeah.
justify getting a snack because of,
Yeah.
but really, I just picked out, and
Yeah.
I was the only one who knew about it. I could go through half a pack of Mars bars on my own, and I'd be like, oh, I can't take half a pack in because people are
Yeah.
not that half a pack, so
So I've
I'm
got to
gonna
eat
have
the
to,
whole lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I'd go in and I've not had out to eat technically. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it was
They
so,
don't,
I
as
just
far
got
as they
myself
know.
into a bad spot, like with
Yeah.
eating. It's my own fault, and
Mm.
but I that's why I don't feel sorry for myself when I'm losing the weight. I'm like,
Yeah.
you did this to yourself. You've got to take this away.
Yeah, definitely.
And
And that's really, I think for other people to see, it's really inspiring, you know, like you've done it sort of twice now as well, really. Kind of, I guess, kind
yeah,
of, you
I'm
know,
not
from the,
doing it yet.
no, but I mean it in
But
like a
yeah, I know what
positive
you mean.
way, you
It's
know?
yes, it's like 9 stone in total or something.
Yeah.
Like crazy. I'm lucky. Lucky I don't have no loose skin because I never got to a stage where I was big to get
Yeah.
that. Like it was like 18, 19 stone, so you're sort of okay, and
Yeah.
then you're
Yeah.
going down to 14, and then you're all right. So it's
Yeah. You
not like
sort
a
of, you
big
don't get the
massive.
stretch
Like, it's
marks,
not
do
like
you?
9 stone from there to here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
there and
Yeah.
there again. But yeah,
So
it's
when
hard.
you
I
was
know.
when you know when you came off of Instagram for that little while and you sort of didn't
Yeah,
do any running or that sort of stuff, when during
yeah.
that time when you put the weight on, was you sort of not exercising at all? Was you still weight training sort of a
No,
little bit or
I just I just stopped.
yeah,
And you know what? I tried to like reignite it and start again. I tried to like got an exercise bike. Tried to go on a couple of runs of 5Ks. I mean, very few, but I just could never do it. And I got sick of hearing myself telling people I was going to get back in shape.
Yeah.
It got that way where I think people would just be like, oh, do you know, like, here we go again. Because I've been saying it from like March. I never intended to get like really fat again, but I was just like, yeah, I'm going to get back in shape. Yeah, yeah. And then before I knew it, I was just being that guy that just says it and never did it.
Yeah.
So it was like, it just clicked. I've just after bonfire night, and I thought I need to sort this out, man. And then I got because I sold my watch, I sold my
I
Garmin,
saw you were selling everything.
I sold everything. I just couldn't be bothered with it. Like all the channels I used to watch for training, I just didn't watch anymore. I just don't know what it was. And then once I thought I'll do it proper. I got a heart rate strap, got a watch. Thought I'll monitor this. I'll try and just, but I can never take it easy. I'm either all in or all out.
Yeah, no, like I say, we are really the same in that respect. You know, like I just like to throw myself into it. You know, like I just feel if I'm not doing it, then I'm not doing it right. You know, like I need to be training all the time. Like I need to be doing it.
It's like me. Just I'm literally like all in. So, I think I'm running about 5.5 hours a week. So I'm not doing majorly a lot. Some days it's 25 minutes, and obviously the Sunday when you do your long run, that's the longest time you're out, about an hour and a half. But it's a balancing act, isn't it?
Definitely.
And
so we'll get. Oh yeah, I was going to say we'll get to that in a minute. Like we'll talk about sort of some of the effects that some of the limitations maybe we think we have as sort of like weight training runners, if you like, and how we balance it. But I just want to come into the comments again. Obviously, just make sure guys don't think we're ignoring them. So we've got Sotti's just joined saying, "Hey guys, hey mate, good to see you." And then another one says, "Already a follower, Matt. You ran in a sauna suit. Haven't caught up with your vids to find out why." Yes, I saw that. Yeah, crazy guy. And then Sotti says that 200 kilogram benching is mental, incredible. And then what's your deadlifting max? So I don't know about now because I do still weight train, but it's all a lot lighter than I used to do back in the day. But I think my heaviest ever for one rep, which was the worst form ever. I don't know how my back didn't snap in half, but I think it was like 210 kilograms, I think. What was yours? Probably like 250 or something like that?
It was 200. I had, like I said, I had an Olympic weight bench with my own weights. It come with 140 kilogram, so I bought more weights and it added to 200 kilograms. So that was all I was playing with.
Yeah,
so I would take it in the garden and do some deadlifts in the garden with it. I
think that's awesome. Again, I know I've already said it, but I just want to say it again. I think that is awesome that you did manage to do all of that from the start at home. You know, like not necessarily like I'm the same as you in the fact that it was all self-taught. You know, it was all watching YouTube videos. You know, all that kind of thing. All my lifting was all self-taught and learning off of others, sort of thing. But no coaches and things like that. But you know, I did start off in the gym. Now I just have my own home gym. So everything is, I've got, I don't know if you've seen the gym setup, but I've got quite a decent gym setup there. Yeah, I mean, I've not got mega heavy weights, but I need some heavier free weights. But, you know, the bar, I've got like 2 25 kg plates. And to be honest, I just do that with chest now. I just put the 25s either side with the bar, maybe put another 10 on either side. And that's it, you know. I'm not. I don't want to get into too much now because we will talk about it in a minute. But basically, I'm a runner first and a weightlifter second, you know. So it's like I need to make sure I'm not like got so much DOMs in my body that I can't sort of carry on with the running. But
I totally get it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit because I'd be interested to hear your perspective on that in a minute. But we've got Stephen says that similar stories here, Sam, with the weight. Yeah, You've lost loads of weight as well through running. And Sodi says, pack of Magnums, been there, done that. And then Stephen says, very inspiring. So I think there was a question, but if anyone does have a question for Matt or myself about, you know, anything, weight training, running, something random, whatever, just put #question and I'll try and get to it. But I've got a question here from Stephen for you, Matt. Question, Matt, are you in the car for some quiet time?
Yeah. Just been I've just been to get a few bits.
Pack of
So,
Magnums.
but yeah, no,
yeah.
stay away from them. I got some Pepsi Max. That's
Yeah.
as ruthless
Excited
as
as
I
we
can
get.
get. Yeah, Pepsi Max. If I can't have anything, I'll have my Pepsi Max. That's it.
So yeah, let's get rid of that comment and then carry on. So I say, if you've got any questions at any point, just put #question, and at some point I will get round to answering it. But yeah, so what I want to talk to you about, Matt, is actually something that I'm quite intrigued to know as well. Obviously, as we're very similar in the fact that we both weight train and we both run. So now, how do you sort of balance your weight training with your running? Like, what's your sort of I know might change week to week, but what's your sort of week look like in terms of like running and weight training?
I mean, weights. I'll do them in the back garden.
Yeah,
So I've got like a curl bar. You know the EZ curl bar.
yeah.
I'll do some curling. I got some dumbbells, and I've not even got a bench press. That's as far as I'll take it these days.
But are we talking like every day? Or are we talking like
no, like every other day?
yeah.
Every other day. I'm a bit wary about getting too involved in it in case I don't know, like you said, make yourself extra tired for your
Yeah,
training. Like, because right now I'm all in with the running. I'm trying
yeah,
to break the 38 minutes in the 10K first. I
yeah,
don't want to burn myself out and I don't want to get too big either. I'm trying to
yeah.
keep my weight. It's hard managing my weight.
Definitely, yeah. It really
Because
is.
I always get questions about my diet. What do you eat? And I'm like, I don't really eat that well.
Yeah, no, neither do I.
To be honest, like I don't like binge eat no more. But I'm just like whatever, like pasta,
Yeah,
jacket potato, beans on
yeah,
toast. I'm not like, do you know, like you see sometimes on social media, it can get carried away, can't you? You'll see
yeah.
someone
Definitely.
steaks and doing loads of things, and you think, oh Jesus, how do you? I'm not doing that. Someone asked me what
Yeah,
I eat. I think I'm just like just normal. I just eat
yeah,
so. But
yeah,
it's hard managing my weight at the minute. I'm just trying to keep my weight like at 14 stone
yeah,
roundabout.
yeah,
Don't want to go too heavy, but
yeah.
then I can't really go under 14 stone anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really going to happen, is it? With the muscle mass that you've got, you know, you're not going to drop. You're not really
It's
unless you
just
want to lose muscle mass, which you obviously
yeah, I
don't
get
really
to a
want to do.
point where that's it. Like
Yeah,
I hover around that. When I've lost weight anyway, I've always hovered around 14 stone.
yeah,
All
yeah,
my races and my running have been around 14 stone.
yeah. So last summer I was round about 13 and a half stone when I was pretty much running 50, 60 miles a week. And then obviously I had my injury over Christmas where I wasn't running for about 3 months. So in that time I sort of obviously changed. I was even though when I've always run, I've still done a little bit of weight training, but I was just doing weight training for those 3 months and the spin bike, which is the most boring thing in the whole universe. But so basically, it is, yeah, it's horrible. But so basically, I was just doing weights all the time, and I think by the time I got back to being able to run again, I definitely hadn't put weight on in like a feeling fat. It was kind of like but I felt like I'd bulked out a bit, you know, like put on
Yeah,
a bit of lean muscle mass and all that kind of stuff. And I think I was up to about 15 stone. So I went from in the summer being about 13 and a half stone, maybe 14 stone-ish towards just before I got injured, a little bit less mileage in the winter. And then obviously going up to about 15 stone when I was injured and couldn't run and putting on more muscle mass. So I think at the moment I still sit at around about 90 kilograms, around about sort of between sort of 14, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that.
yeah,
I
same.
know I know that if I sort of up my mileage hasn't been great at the moment because I've really been struggling. I've been sort of running hard too much. You know, I'm well aware of that's what I'm doing, but it's kind of because I'm joining this athletics team, and obviously I want to get in there so that I can do the training for these athletics matches coming up. Um,
Yeah.
I'm tight.
You alright?
Yeah, man. See you in a bit.
everyone knows Matt, and
Yeah.
yeah, so because obviously I'm trying to do this training at the moment for this athletics, like the sessions are just brutal, you know, and it's kind of like I'm going to them like 2 or 3 times a week, and it's basically just burning me out. So like getting to sort of 50,
Yeah.
60 miles at the moment, it's just like a no-go. So at the moment I'm sort of hovering around 30 miles, but what are you're doing about sort of, I know you work in kilometers, not miles, so I'll try and
Yeah, but it's around 40. I added it up because I know you're a mile guy.
Yeah.
So I added it up. I was trying to. I always try and convert it because when I'm putting my videos on, I know this. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
So running like last week it was 46.
Yeah.
And
That's really good.
That's about as high as I've been since coming back from training.
Yeah.
I've never really gone over 50
Yeah.
much. That's like 80 kilometers. I've never
Yeah,
really gone
yeah.
over 50 in training, but I used to do a lot of me running too hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, like
Definitely.
for instance, if I was doing a 10K between 42 and 45 minutes, and that's like not an easy run. I
Yeah.
was thinking it was an easy run, but really,
Yeah.
it's not. You've got that book, haven't you? The Science of Running.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's where I've read that, and
Yeah.
that just opened my brain to just
Yeah.
absolutely take it
Definitely.
easy on the easy runs. Because as soon as
Definitely.
your body switches from aerobic to anaerobic, it stops doing the decent things it needs to do to make you a better runner,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
it just shuts down and starts putting
It's
fires
so
out.
annoying, isn't it? It's such a I think especially for people like me and you and other people and other decent runners and really throwing themselves into it runners. It's such a hard concept to grasp. It's so
Yeah.
hard to think if I train. I'm going to use the word not as hard. If I don't train as hard, I'm going to get better results. It doesn't make sense because I'm thinking like that doesn't. I want to just smash it, and that's what happened with me when I first started running, and probably you, and probably every single runner in the whole entire universe.
It is. I think it is. It's universal,
Yeah, definitely. We all go, yeah, I'm a runner now. I'm going to
and
smash my
no one
PB.
can be told at the start. I
No,
couldn't be told anyway.
no, and neither
I
could
was
I. I'm thinking,
no
yeah,
chance.
you can't do it because you're not me, but I can do it because
Yeah,
I'm me.
this is it. No one would tell me. Yeah, I got a coach. My coach would say, "Don't overcook your easy days, Matt." And I'm like, "I'll be all right."
Yeah.
And I'm not. I wasn't. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure there's like a backward effect that can happen with that when you really go too hard,
definitely.
and
Oh,
you
yeah,
can really your
100%.
fitness can turn around and start. Your body will stop. I remember going for one of the last runs before I stopped training last year, and
Yeah,
it was terrible. It was like 8-minute 40-mile pace, and it felt really bad.
yeah,
And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm in shape. What's going on?
yeah,
Like, I'm in better shape than this." And then it was just everything was a slog. And now
definitely.
I'm finding it a lot easier just looking at my heart rate on my easy days with
Yeah,
obviously with the strap on my wrist, and then every split that pops up is just whatever it is.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then I'll just
That's an
so I
important
really
message
cook
there,
it
actually,
on my fast runs.
for everyone that's watching today. Like we've just said, Matt didn't think it mattered to him. I didn't think it mattered to me. It does matter, okay? If you're watching
Really
this,
matters. I'm
it really
telling you
does
now,
matter. Like we're not just saying it, and you're going to ignore it. You're going to ignore it. You're going to watch this, and you're going to go,
it's crazy.
I can do that. But I promise you, at some point, you'll either, like Matt said, A, burn out, and all of a sudden, what was normally an easy run will feel like a hard run all the time.
Yeah.
B, get injured because you're going to be training so hard that your body is just not going to be capable of doing it. Or C, you're going to lose interest because you're just going to be running fast all the time. And it's just there's no variation in your sessions, and
Honestly,
you're just going to lose interest. So the best thing you can do is get some structure to your training, slow down on those easy days, really slow down on those easy days. But yeah, I mean, this is something that I am fully aware of, but struggling with, not because of ego, but because of the athletic sessions and because of wanting to get into the athletics club. Obviously, I need to go to the sessions to be able to get into the team kind of thing. So I need to sort of like secure my place, if you like, and show what I can run and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously that means that I'm running faster than I would like to, more times in a week than I would want to, basically. So that's why I'm struggling to hit the 50 miles, 60 miles at the moment, because the sessions are just too tough all the time. And I'm feeling the effect from it. So this is just another proof to everyone that I am feeling the effect from it. When I ran 2 miles to the shot put yesterday, just to practice for the shot put event, it felt hard, like the 2 miles there felt tough. I was running at like 8-minute 30 pace.
I hate that feeling.
I felt tired and it stressed me out, man. I was like,
I hate
going
that feeling.
on?
Yeah, especially when you're looking at your watch and you're thinking, "Come on."
Yeah, like that's wrong. That is wrong. Do you know what? It's so wrong that I'm going to stop it, clear it, and start again. And it still says the same thing.
What I have noticed, right, I run a lot of the same routes that I'm
Yeah.
around local to me, and there's certain spots, areas, GPS just doesn't play ball with you.
Yeah.
You can be running, and you look at your watch and you'll go, "Come on!" Like I have not just gone from going this pace to this pace, and I'm actually speeding up now. And there's places like that, but it really does do your head in when that happens.
Definitely.
You know what? Do you know that the guy on here, the American guy, Seth James
Yeah.
Moore?
Yeah.
I follow him as well, and he'll run nice and slow on his easy days. I've seen him do like 5:40, 5:40 something per kilometer.
Kilometer
And
pace.
I'm thinking like,
And he
wow,
can run like a 5K in like
yeah,
13 minutes
like
or
he's got
whatever
like
it
a
is.
64-minute half marathon or something. I'm not
Yeah.
too sure, but he's fast. He's a fast guy. So if
Yeah.
it's good enough for the really fast guys to go slow, like really, you need to just go slow, like on your
Definitely.
easy days. Because my training sort of goes like that as well. It goes up like 3 weeks, then down a
Yeah.
week, then
Yeah.
up, then
Yeah.
down. I used to think it had to be a flat 50
Yeah.
mile every single week or
Yeah.
80 kilometers, but really it's more or less like, do you know, like everyone says a weight loss journey is not linear like that. It's lots
Yes.
of all over.
Yeah.
Your training's sort of the same. It's like
Definitely.
you have to have a recovery week and then hit it again. And that's
Definitely.
what I was doing. That my last week was my first week hitting it again, and Jesus, I feel it. Fitness is like never owned; it's rented in it, and
Definitely.
cash that rent in all the time with it, because otherwise it goes like that.
Definitely, and it's demoralizing because, like you say, you're training hard, you're putting the effort in, but you're not getting the results from it because
I know.
the sessions are worse, and then it's like catch-22 because you've just performed so crap that day. You think I'm going to put even more effort in the next time, and then that's even worse, and it's like a never-ending cycle with you trying to put more effort in. Therefore, you're burning yourself out even more, and it's like so
It's really a lot mental as well. Like I was trying to break 40 minutes for the 10K. That was one of my goals that I never hit. It was the longest goal it took me to hit. And it was like I'd sort of settled in my head that it was just impossible for me to do.
Yeah.
So every time I get to 6 kilometers or 4 mile into a 10K race, like my brain would just, and I just automatically like die off. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what's it got to take for me to do this?
Yeah.
And then once I did it though, mate, I did it every single time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's mad. Like once
I think it is really
it's like,
inspiring. Like I said before, like it's what I really like about your Instagram page, and now you bring it onto your YouTube page. It is inspiring, obviously, as a guy similar, to see that you can do it. You know, you can be good at running. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't think me and you are ever going to get a 12-minute 5K. You know, like that's never going to happen.
Be nice, wouldn't it? But I don't. There's definitely limits.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
there?
yeah.
And
I'm not trying to put you down or set limits.
Yeah,
I'm doing the same thing to myself.
Yeah.
I know that I'm never going to get a 12-minute 5K. I'm never going to get like a 60-minute, 64-minute half marathon. Like I'm not delusional, but I also like to put out the message, and I think you do the same. That okay, there's not such thing as like no limits, but there definitely is. Your limits are a lot higher than what you may think they are.
100%, mate. I mean, if somebody was watching this and they was a lot lighter than us, and they're thinking it's hard to get a certain time that maybe we've got, and then hopefully they can say, well, look at them.
Yeah,
look at the size of that guy, or look at it. Because if I was, when I was going for these times or whatever, and I was trying to break these times, if I would have just seen someone similar, like you at the time or whatever, doing it, then it would have made me think like, well, that's possible then.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? But like these, I don't know where the line is. I'd be just happy to break 80 in the half and break.
I mean, I think like with
with
like years of training and like maybe me being a bit more structured to my training, and obviously you're doing really well with your coach and stuff like that. I think maybe sort of like early 16 minutes would be probably the highest I think that I could ever achieve without sacrificing weight training and weighing, I don't know, maybe say 12 and a half stone or whatever. But you know, and it's not big headed, it's not egotistical. I just prefer to look how I look, and it's nothing wrong with people that want to weigh 60 kilograms or want to weigh 70 kilograms or 80 or whatever. Like literally, it's not detrimental to anyone. It's just I like I like the fact that I'm
The
fairly
way you are.
strong and
Same
fairly
with me.
fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's the
it's
same.
kind of yeah. Sorry, go on, mate.
I'd love to get a 16-minute or 17-minute. Right now, I'm trying to break the 18-minute. That's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is hard. It is hard.
And then it's
Like
tricky with the races as well, because if I would have run that 18, I did it 18:17 on the 30th of April. If I would have run that on the road, it would have stopped at 18:07.
yeah,
Do you know, because of the race, you have to, it's like the shortest line possible will get
yeah,
you to bang.
yes,
Okay, but if you do zigzagging, and obviously
yeah,
you're over the road anyway, aren't you? I am.
yeah.
So yeah, it's finding the right race as well.
Yeah, so I mean that's another message that I always want to put out on the channel, and specifically why I wanted to talk to Matt today is that this isn't me going, oh, I'm amazing, Matt's amazing. Yeah, Matt is amazing. Yeah, I'm quite good at what I can do, but that's not the purpose of it. The purpose isn't going, oh, look at us, we're so awesome. The purpose is saying that we're not really anything special. We've just got a mindset that anyone can do if they put their mind to it, and that's all it takes. All it takes is that mindset. And you can do it. I don't want to be all like sort of you can do anything you put your mind to, because that's cheesy. That's not what I'm trying to say. But
No,
it kind of
but
is that, you know.
Kind of, it is the message though. You can do it though, can't you? If you
Yeah.
the thing is, it comes with a lot of sacrifice and stuff like that. A lot of people,
yeah.
like you have to be so invested.
Yeah,
Like
and that's another thing that I wanted to.
I'll see a friend and he'll go, "Oh, you lose weight that easy, don't you?" And I'm like,
no.
No, you've not seen me at 9 o'clock at night when I'm trying to pull myself out of the cupboard. Like,
yeah,
I don't do anything, man.
Yeah, like it's not easy. I might make it look easy, but it's not easy.
Really not. Oh, you're flying. You're like, I'm like, no, like, Jesus, you should see me when I'm like dying after a session. I'm really, the amount of people, Sam, right, that pull over in cars and say, "Are you all right, mate? Do you know after I finish the session?" And because where I'm like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, so I've just finished a run. I'm like, I'm all right, but I've had it loads of times.
Yeah,
you really take yourself to the max, but
yeah, definitely.
It's it's good to see you doing it as well.
Yeah, because, and that's what I really like
about you're a bit quicker, so I know the limit's not there yet, so I can keep going. I mean,
yeah, so I'm a bit quicker, but you're a little bit bigger, so we got.
Well, yeah, I'm shorter. That's all.
Yeah, I guess, but I think we're on a, and actually, this is sort of going off topic, but something that I think I don't know if you're fully aware of, but we're going to talk about is what me and sort of Stephen are trying to make at the moment is the RMS Run Club. That you might have heard about it a little bit. I don't know how much you follow it, kind of thing. But what the main thing that we want to sort of get from this business that we're trying to make is, and we're sort of having some business meetings now to talk about how we can sort of really implement it. But I think it'll be interesting for especially somebody like you, is that what we're trying to do is make races more fair. So I think it would have to be in a virtual format, because I don't know how you would get the likes of, say, me, you, and a load of other 90-kilogram runners in the same place, because we all come from all over the world. So it might have to be more virtual to start with, and as it grows, adapt. But the basic concept of it, and there's going to be other levels to it, but the main thing is running isn't fair at the moment, because you wouldn't have like a 90-kilogram boxer fighting a 60-kilogram boxer. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. 9 times out of 10, the 90-kilogram boxer is going to absolutely destroy the 60-kilo bloke. It's going to.
I know what you mean. Unless you're Logan Paul and Mayweather.
Yeah, and for the majority of the time. But you know what I mean? The concept there is that it's not. It's in weight divisions. Boxing is in weight divisions. And I kind of want to bring a similar sort of thing to running, like you've got a best for age category when you go to a race, but you've never got that best for weight category. But it is a massive disadvantage. I don't care what anybody says. Weighing 90 kilograms compared to 60 kilograms is a huge physical disadvantage compared to somebody else. And
100%.
Yeah, and it makes it does annoy you in a sort of in a way, because you think, I put all effort into this, and I'm probably never going to get quicker than 16 minutes. Whereas somebody that probably puts the same sort of effort in as me, that weighs 60 kilograms, may get to like 14, 13 minutes, just because of science. They weigh less.
I tried to find that online, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
like just a weight ratio to like
Yeah.
what
Yes.
how quicker would it be if I was this
Yeah.
way?
And you know what? That's
I
that's
can't
what we're
find it.
trying to. That's what we're trying to do. So we're trying to. I can't give you the answer yet because we don't know. But we're
Yeah,
trying to figure out a way that we can take into account, kind of like I guess, either we'd put it in weight leagues or it'd be like a handicap. You know, like you'd get a handicap based on how much you weighed less than
yeah,
somebody else or whatever. But so in take all of that out of it, basically it'll be me and you are in a race, a virtual race. There's
yeah,
another guy that's 90 kilograms as well, and he's a similar sort of ability as me and you. He can run within here or hereabouts a minute, 5K difference to us. So we're all equally matched. How much more motivated would you be to win that race, thinking I'm against Sam and this other guy, and I could beat him. I could come first in this race. Like it's such a, I
yeah.
know whatever race I do, I'm never going to come first. I might
Oh mate,
come,
I know.
I might come
But, you
10th
know,
or
my
20th.
little girl said to me on my first race, "What position did you come?" And I was like, 298th. And she went, "You get a medal for that?" I was like, "Yeah, I get a medal for that."
So
They're
that's what we're
expecting me to
that's what
come
we're trying
first,
to
second, or
do.
third.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to because and I think you're the same. As much as I love people succeeding, I'm a very competitive person. I
Yeah,
like to do well. It's not. I'm not a sore loser, but I like to do well. I like to do well. I like to think, oh, there's a similar sort
a
of
nice
ability
even
to.
playing field.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying
Sort
to
of
make.
with like it's like I really hold back of the. So I've held back some of the virtual stuff, like entering any since coming back since there's no races
Yeah,
because there's no there seems to be no elevation limit. Like
yeah,
you'll
yeah. So
see
that's
someone
something
will
that we
go
definitely
zip
would have.
downhill,
Yeah,
and
because that's a huge
someone will
cheat.
run a really tough race, and
Yeah,
they won't have as impressive time as someone that's just run 400 foot down a mountain. And
yeah,
it's like,
definitely. Yeah,
and you don't want to seem like the sore loser that go whoa, whoa, whoa,
yeah,
but
but you
oh,
have
whoa,
to.
whoa.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
so it is a good idea that, like, yeah,
Yeah. So, like,
100%.
we haven't we've got a lot of stuff to talk about between us to sort it all out. But I just think it's such an amazing thing, like you said, that doesn't exist. There is no weight ratio at the moment, and for a lot of people, that would be an amazing thing because even difference between the likes of me and you that are quite good as a runner and as a weightlifter for our weight, even
Yeah,
people that like there would be like leagues. So maybe like for argument's sake, me and you would be in the 90 kilogram A league, but there would also be like a B league and a C league where we're
no,
not up
it's like
against.
weight divisions.
Yes, exactly.
So,
So it wouldn't be like all 90 kilogram runners
yeah,
because then me and you would win every time, and then it's no fair for them. So there
yeah,
would be like, and you can move up the divisions. You could go from B to A. You could go from A to B. But
yeah,
it's kind of like leagues. Like if you're in a league, there's incentive to do better. There's incentive to win, and I think I think
that's a
I
really
don't
good
care.
idea.
Yeah, it is a really good idea, and we're
It is a
so
really good
excited to
idea.
do
That
it.
needs
We are
that
so
needs to
excited to
take
do
off.
it. And like I say, we've got a lot to talk about, but I think it's something that we could really, really make a lot from in terms of like helping people get better, helping people do more. And I don't care what anyone says about, oh, I just do it for the fun. Of course you do. That's because you know you're never going to win. But if you had that opportunity to
You
win,
want to,
you would want to win.
I
If you
want,
was
yeah, I
racing
want to,
side by side with someone, doesn't matter whether you're
you
running
want
a
to win.
12-minute
You want to
mile
win.
or a 13-minute mile,
Yeah,
and you're neck and
I've
neck to
never.
that finish line, you want to beat
I've
them, don't
never
you?
got that. Yeah, I've never. Like you say, I don't want to see people not succeed. And if I'm in a race and someone's struggling, I want them to. I don't want them to drop out. But
Yeah,
when you're racing, you do want to win.
yeah,
You do want to
definitely,
win. It's just natural. There's no shame in saying you would like to win. Of course, you would like to win.
definitely.
I think Chris. Do you know? Have you subscribed to Here We Are Running and that running guy?
Yes, yeah,
They did
yeah.
a
That
chase
running guy,
race.
yeah,
They did a 3K chaser race where one of
yeah.
them had a handicap and he set off. I think it was Chris that running. He
That
got an
run,
head start.
yeah. Here we are running. Went
But
first, didn't he?
that was a bit of a good little thing. But
Definitely.
I think it's hard to catch up. Like just
Do you know what? Do you know what me and you should do? Me and you should somehow. It'd have to be virtual because we're a long way away. But we should play like a game of horse with each other. Do you know the game? Do you know the game horse?
nah. What's
So
that?
it's basically where so every time you lose an event, you get a letter, so HORSE, and whoever spells horse first loses. Not in a. I don't mean this. It would be fun for YouTube. It would probably be. I don't know. We can talk about it later. But I think, what do people think? We could. So you'd pick an event each, so that it's not unfair, and you wouldn't pick an event that the other person definitely couldn't do. So, like, say if you could do like a 300 kilogram deadlift and I can't, you know, you wouldn't say that because it'd be unfair.
So you keep it within the realms of
within the realms, but
I'm
so
down for
like
that.
you would go, you know, all right, my event first. Who can do, I don't know, 50 kilograms bench press with the most reps or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it'd have to be virtual,
Challenge.
and we'd have to like trust each other that we're not cheating. And it might take a few weeks to do them all, but I think that'd be good fun. I think that'd be
that's good.
I think that'd be a great little thing.
Do you know what's a really tough one? Push-ups. Did I bring Sally up challenge with push-ups?
I know.
I did that once, and that was hard.
I know, it is really hard. My friend Dom
like your whole body is shaking.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's horrible.
I've never been so grateful for that song ending. And I failed. I only did it once, but I failed 1,000 times.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's something we can talk about. I don't want to go too off topic there, but that would be quite fun. Maybe something to bring just a little bit of like a little bit of fun to the channels. But Sotty's there, says that he has to go. Have a great evening. Good to go. Got to go. Yeah. Cheers for joining in. And then Stephen said, I think when I return, I will go with heart rate and take it easy on my easy days. Yeah, it's definitely something that has to be done. Take things easy, like we said. So just a quick question. I think we're just gonna end it after this question. I think because I wanted to try and keep these a little bit shorter than the hour these days, just so that people can get back to their lives. They've had to put up with listening to me talk all this time. But I'll just end on this question. So, Matt, do you have any running goals? If so, what are they? So obviously I know the answer, but just for people that are watching, what are your running goals?
I'm trying to break 38 minutes in the 10K right now. In 3 weeks' time, that with the Winslow the Winslow 10K, and I'm trying to break 3 hours in the marathon in October this year. So that's that. I will break 3 hours in the marathon, but I'm hoping I've got to get a vasectomy next month, so I'll probably need a day off for that.
Yeah.
After maybe, but then I hope that doesn't impact the training for the marathon, because that's apparently they say don't do any exercise for 4 weeks. But yeah, it's 4 weeks. It's a sub 3 hour marathon for me. That's the main goal.
That's the Manchester one, isn't it?
Yeah, I watched a documentary about a guy. It's called Running to the Limits on YouTube. It's a really old one. It's from 2003, and he wanted to go from 17 stone to running an Olympic qualifying marathon time, which then was under 2 hours 20 minutes, 2.5 hours, I think.
Wow!
And he got really close.
That's mental, isn't it?
He lost loads of weight and he got really close. He got so close, and that was one of the things where I thought, hold on a minute, 17 stone, and he's just run 2 hours marathon. I could have a go at that.
Yeah. So just quickly, but before we go, just a question from me to you: What is your favourite race distance? I know what your least favourite is from our chats that we've had. I think it's a 10K, isn't it? But
yeah,
what's your is half marathon your favourite?
Yeah, because it's the happy medium with you're not pushing yourself too hard.
Yeah,
I can do it without taking any water or gels, and you don't hit the wall.
Yeah,
like when I ran my PB. I never took no waters or gels, and it felt really good. I've ran more halves than any other race, because you're just sort of floating between. You're not running at 5K and 10K pace where you're really
on the limit.
You're on the limit. You're constant after, and at the marathon, I think it can be really easy, because marathon pace could be easy because you're running 26 miles at it. But once you get that fueling right, which I really struggle with, you're in for a bad day.
I've got to be honest. It is sort of freaking me out a little bit. The marathon. I just don't love running long distances. So I'm not bad at it, and my best marathon is like 3:25. But that was during a fun ultra. You know, I wasn't like aiming for time. It was just literally just go out, and it was the one that was in memory for my nan. But it's like not. the thought of running 26 miles isn't something that I enjoy. Like, it really
No.
isn't. I definitely prefer shorter, quicker stuff, which I
I
think
do.
why I'm getting into athletics a little bit more. It might be that I sort of move towards maybe the longest sort of run I'll do would be like a half marathon, and then like everything else would be under that, you know, like maybe focusing more on 800-meter races, 400-meter races, 5Ks, 10Ks, and the odd half marathon. But yeah, just that. Like you say, I know it's achievable because a marathon pace should be an easy pace. It should be a pace you can comfortably run at. After all, you are running it for nearly 3 hours, so it should be a
So it
pace.
should be. It
Yeah,
shouldn't be hard, but
but it's daunting,
it's,
isn't it? You know, especially
yeah,
if you think of the pace. I know I need to get better at my kilometers, especially for viewers that watch it in kilometers. So I will try and work on that. But if you're running at 6:45 minute mile pace, I really don't know what that is in kilometers. What is that
it's round
like?
about 4:12.
4:12. So if you're running like 4:12, 6:45 pace, it's daunting to think that you've got to run that pace for 26 miles. You know, like we could go out and run a half easily doing that, probably. Like, not
Yeah,
even
you
think
could.
about it. Could put our shoes on right now. It might be a bit tired after work. You could still do it. You'd do it easily. But the thought of then doubling that is difficult, you know?
Scary.
It is
I remember
scary.
doing the Manchester Marathon, and I seen that everything in Manchester on the marathon is miles. So you have the mile 16 marker,
Yeah.
and I remember thinking, do you know when you're running and you can speed up at any point? I remember thinking at that point I was working now.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
working to stay at that pace, which was scary. And I thought, wow, I've got 10 more miles like this. And then
Yeah.
when I crossed the finish line, my hand started stiffening up. Like I thought, oh my God, people are trying to talk to me. And I'm like going rigor mortis on the floor. I needed some sugar and all they had was non-alcoholic beer. I was like, oh. I was like,
Get me a Mars bar. Where's the
my
Magnums?
father-in-law met me. I was like, get me to a shop and eat some Coke.
Yeah.
So I had like 2-3 bottles of Coke, and I seemed to be okay then. But yeah, I'd really,
Yeah.
it's the fueling part. So I'm like, you
Yes.
have to really, you only have enough fuel in your body for like 2 hours of running, and then you
Yeah.
start converting fat. Your carbs
Definitely.
run out unless you fuel on the way, which I always struggle with.
Yeah.
Getting that
And
right.
again, I don't want to do poor us, but it is even harder being a bigger person because you need
Yeah,
more fuel. You know, you need more fuel
well, that's it.
just to
It's finding the
function.
balance. Yeah, and they're so rare. It's not like you could just go and do 20-mile runs every other week.
No,
So, and the
exactly.
marathons are so rare. You can run a half every week, really.
Yeah,
You
you wouldn't
wouldn't
want
run
to
a
do
marathon
that.
every week.
Well, I wouldn't anyway.
No, but like it's so rare to like the marathons. I've done 3, and I
Yeah,
know that's like it can be a lot to some people, but 3 is like how many 5Ks have you ever run?
yeah,
But
exactly.
it's not. You don't get many chances to really get it right.
It is that unknown territory, isn't it? It's the
Yeah,
unknown of like, God, I'm actually not really experienced in this. Like, I don't really know much about it. You know, like I've not been
and there's
here
so
before.
many ups and downs, and people are like, the longest run you should do is 16 mile. The longest run you should do is 20. Some people run the full distance.
Yeah, some people do 24. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
Why are you
And
supposed
also,
to?
you know, you risk that, you know, if you went out and did a 24-mile run, of course, you risk injuries. You know, you've got the
Yeah.
biggest part of marathon plan is the fact that because you're doing so many miles, that injury could creep up on you at any point, you know, like it's not just on the day, is it? You know, a marathon,
No.
a half marathon, if you're really going for a really hard specific time, okay, you've got the risk of injury because you're putting in the speed sessions. But it's not really, you know, you don't really think, oh, I might get injured any week. But when you're sort of upping your mileage to sort of, I don't know, 50, 60, maybe even 70 miles in a week and bringing in those sort of at pace sessions, you're putting your body through a lot of stress there. And it's like,
And you can't increase it too fast.
no.
I got a coach. The first marathon I did, I thought I'm going to get a coach, and I lied. I said I was running more weekly mileage than I was,
Yeah.
and then he done my plans for me, and my mileage went from like 30 miles to 50 miles too quick, and it was my own fault.
Yeah.
And I got injured 4 weeks before my marathon, and my knee was like, it felt like I had Rice Krispies in it. It was weird. And it's like, and one of the other things it's so hard to do is not recognise when you're injured and have a day off.
Definitely.
You just think,
Yeah.
I'm not injured.
Yeah,
That'll
again,
go.
that's the mindset, isn't it, that we've got?
Yeah, that'll
And
go.
and a
And
lot of runners have got of like thinking, nah, I'm all right.
then you're not all right, and then you think,
No.
oh, there's now worse. Oh, touch wood. Be okay.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
take
Well,
it
I
easy.
think we will. I think we'll leave it there. But I want to
Yeah.
again thank you for coming on, Matt. I've actually
No,
really enjoyed this
thanks
chat.
for having me on
Yeah,
the channel,
we've
man.
had a good
It's
old
been
chat.
great.
It's been good,
Yeah.
and I hope people that have watched this have learned a few things. I hope one, it sort of maybe encouraged the fact of easy training, not all the time, but obviously the majority of the time doing easy training. Again, I never pretend to be someone that knows everything. Matt's not trying to be someone that knows everything.
No,
All we're trying to do is just share our experiences with people. And we're not pretending to be doctors or anything like that. It's never any of that stuff.
just go from you can only speak of what you've
Yeah,
been through.
exactly.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, so
So
hopefully
yeah.
that sort of hit that home a bit. It's actually reinforced it even more to myself because I'm fully aware of what I've been doing at the moment. So just talking about it for me is making me think, Sam, you need to like chill out a little bit because I have been struggling lately with easy runs feeling too difficult because the hard runs have been too often. Hopefully, as well, it's sort of shown you that if you are maybe slightly overweight, be it bit muscular, and when I say overweight, I don't mean fat. I just mean over race weight, whatever
Oh,
that is, the
I mean,
magical race
technically, I
weight.
could stand on the. My BMI says I'm obese.
Yeah, we are obese. We would be. They would say like we're like
Yeah,
morbidly obese.
morbidly obese. Yeah, I'm not just
Yeah.
obese. I'm super obese.
It's like, cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, so hopefully, that message is there that, all right, there's not no limits. I'm not saying you're going to be a world record 5K marathon runner, nothing like that. But whatever you think you can do, I guarantee you can do more than it because the same sort of thing for me and Matt. We probably
Yeah.
thought when we first started running, we're not going to be any good at this. And we soon found that actually, if you put your mind to it and train correctly, not necessarily train hard all the time, as we said, I don't want to go over it again, but train correctly, you can smash it out. And also, I hope you've enjoyed it. I know we've had a bit of a laugh today. I hope you've been chuckling along to the little banter we've had going on today. I know that I've enjoyed it. And then,
it's been great.
Is there anything that... so before Matt has a quick finish off, just want to say once again, if you don't subscribe to the channel, please can you do so? But also, Matt, like I said, he has got a YouTube channel. He's currently documenting his journey to get a sub 38, and then I'm sure once he gets that, which I'm confident he will, and if he doesn't, it's great. He'll try again, but he will then be going on to, I'm sure, documenting his sub 3 hour marathon journey, which will be really interesting to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Same with you, Sam.
Awesome. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to quickly talk about before we go off, or is everything, have I covered all?
Yeah, you're going for sub 3 in London, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to go for 2:45. That's my stretch goal. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary.
Then we need a training series off you.
Definitely.
2:45 training series off you.
Yeah, I'll put it together. It's one of them things where, because I'm a bit of a scrap heat challenge with my YouTube, it's kind of like shoe reviews, workout.
Where do I fit in?
Yeah, it's hard because there's so much stuff that I want to talk about, and it's like, what video do I do today? Because obviously I know with you've got your series, which is great because people know where they stand. But my videos are kind of like, if I get a new shoe in, I need to talk about it there and then because obviously it's hot off the press.
YouTube needs to do sections, right?
Yeah.
So when you click on your channel, you've got sections with videos.
Yeah. Well, I can have like Gym Man Sam, Running Man Sam, Marathon Man Sam, and you can just sort of watch which Man Sam you want to watch.
And your bro as well. Your GoPro.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah. Just quickly,
he needs to get back from injury.
Well, he has. Yeah. So it's his birthday today.
All right, happy birthday to him.
And he's 17, so hopefully he can start driving soon. But he got the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 2s today, and he went out an easy run in them, which is not what I said. That's the opposite to what he should do because he never listens. But yeah, so I think he's slowly coming back from his stress fracture now. So I'm really looking forward to getting back with him because he really does push me, because he's so young and
I like that 10-mile race you both did, and you thought, hold on a minute, he's going to beat me.
I know. I was like, what have I done? I've created a monster. He's going to beat me.
More of that. I like that. Yeah,
definitely. So yeah, I'm definitely going to. They will be coming back. Those sessions will be coming back. I think we'll probably see Lewis on Sunday because I think I'm going to get him to come to the athletics event that I've got. So he can help film all that. But I'm actually looking forward to putting that together, this athletics event, because It's going to be something really different. You know, I haven't done it for years, so I'm really looking forward to doing the shot put
Yeah.
and 400 meters and all that kind of stuff. See how I get on. I might get absolutely destroyed by all these like 15, 60-year-old kids, but if you don't try, you don't know,
You
do
don't
you?
try. No, that's it. No,
Yeah. Well,
always try.
thanks again for coming on, Matt, and
No,
I'll
I
speak to
appreciate
you
you having
over
me, mate.
on YouTube, on Instagram in a bit. And cheers everyone for watching again today. I'm going to stop going on because I'm useless at keeping these to 45 minutes. So, as
No
always,
problem.
guys, I've been Running Man Sam. This has been Big Man Matt, and we will see you guys in a bit.